I had an interesting download the other day, and it was about consciousness. And I truly know what consciousness is now. Let's get it. The stream of consciousness does not have morality. It is not good or bad or right or wrong or anything. The stream of consciousness is pure power. That's what it is. It is pure power. It is the vessel consciousness inhabits that gives it morality, the right or the wrong, the good or the bad, the everything in between. Consciousness is just a tool. When you hear the spiritual community say things like, oh, nothing matters, that's consciousness. Because to consciousness, nothing does matter. Doesn't matter. It just is. It is the vessel, the spirit, the body, the whatever that consciousness inhabits that gives life meaning, gives it the what matters, basically. You can picture consciousness like electricity running through your walls. You can't see it, but it's there. And when you plug something into it, like a TV or a laptop or, whatever, that's when you get the output. And the output gives you everything you need, right? But only limited to what that object is. It's no different than us. So this vessel is a filter for consciousness. If we didn't have a filter for consciousness, it would be raw power, untapped, limitless, absolutely limitless. Consciousness in a stream feels like pure bliss. Pure bliss with no direction and ever expanding. Whereas Source or God, that feels like unconditional love. Love like I can't describe. Love beyond words. Love beyond even feeling in a lot of ways. Where there's so much of everything it's nothing, and so much of nothing that it's everything. It's completely different. Consciousness and Source, when they were birthed, basically created a handshake, or a yin and a yang, and it's eternal. One cannot exist without the other, right? You can't have a TV without power, and you can't have power without a TV. I mean, you can have power without a TV, but it's there doing nothing. It doesn't have a point. It needs an outlet. And that's exactly what consciousness is. It's that raw power that is filtered through this vessel or through spirit. Right? It's just how much of that can you contain? How much of that container gets filled up with it? How it's used is how the vessel decides it's used. That's the aspect of free will. There's still a soul purpose or path, and that is aligned through chakras. Chakras are the soul's blueprint. But how we digest and move with consciousness is free. It's untamed. It's whatever you want it to be. Again, consciousness does not care. Makes no difference to consciousness. Consciousness is just raw power. Consciousness is a river, and it flows and it moves, and it's the land around it that filters it and funnels it to where it needs to go. If the land wasn't there, then it wouldn't be a river. It would be everywhere. And that's what directing and moving and changing happens. That's where this vessel comes into play. It filters consciousness. And that's all you are in a lot of ways. You're just a filter for consciousness. And again, consciousness was birthed from the silent core, right? Where true oneness exists. where there was no one there initially to observe it. It was just nothing, which is oneness. It's just harmony. And it wasn't until consciousness was, or awareness was birthed from that source, or the silent core, became aware and became source and realized it could learn from itself by creating endless experiences for itself like this, which is why the more I heal myself, the more I heal the collective. Source is just pure love, and consciousness is the driving force that allows us to experience it, to observe it, to interact with it all in endless ways. So, to say you are conscious or not, lots of things are conscious, right? It's what you do with that consciousness that makes you aware.